Hello and welcome to day 12, the last day of our 12 days of Christmas. And we're filming today here in a very busy Sheffield Cathedral. The gap between Christmas Day and Epiphany symbolises the period of time between Jesus being born and the Magi following the star and journeying from the east to Bethlehem to find him. Tomorrow is Epiphany, which is when Christians celebrate the Magi, otherwise known as the Three Kings or Three Wise Men, visiting baby Jesus and bringing him the gifts of gold, frankincense and myrrh. The word Epiphany comes from a Greek word meaning to appear. So Epiphany is when we celebrate Jesus appearing to the Magi, being revealed to them. I wonder, as we have journeyed together through the 12 days of Christmas, if you have felt God revealing himself to you, either for the first time or perhaps afresh. Today we continue to think about the theme of light and a famous passage from the Bible, from the book of Matthew. You are the light of the world. Let your light shine before others. My role within the Diocese of Sheffield is Lights for Christ Enabler. It's an unusual job title, but basically I help people to think about how they can follow Jesus in their everyday lives, how they can receive the light of Christ, and how they can walk in his light and reflect his light. Shining as a light for Christ begins with talking and listening to God. We thought about this on Boxing Day, about what prayer can look and feel like. I suggested perhaps it was like an invisible piece of string between us and God, so that we can feel connected to God each day. Once we feel connected to him and understand more about how he cares for us, loves us and wants us to live, we can begin to walk in the light of Christ. And we can live our daily lives full of gratitude and generosity, and we can try and balance our work and rest. If you'd like to find out more about Lights for Christ, there are some notes with this video. But back to our Bible reading for today, which says, we are the light of the world and we are to shine before others. So I wonder, what does this look like in your life? I wonder if perhaps there are ways which God might be revealing to you about how he might want you to shine as a light for Christ, how he might be nudging you to use your gifts and talents with friends, family, neighbours or work colleagues, or perhaps volunteer for a charity or other organisation. We all have so much to offer others, whether that be a smile, a helping hand, or sharing some of the things God has blessed us with. We can all be a light for Christ.
Friends, many years ago when our two boys were little, there was a little ritual that we followed at this time of the year, especially when we were walking them to school on dark December mornings or home again at the end of the day, or perhaps just walking down to the local shops. We used to look out for Christmas trees lit up in the windows of the houses that we passed by, and we used to count them as we walked along. And of course those boys are now adults and have long since left home, but that childhood routine became so embedded for Kathy and me that at this time of the year when we find ourselves walking side by side down a suburban street, we'll catch sight of a set of Christmas tree lights in a window and turn to one another and say 1, 2, 3, 4. I found myself wondering what it would be like if Christians shone so visibly, so noticeably, that passers-by could count us. There's one, there's another, there's another. What would that be like? I love that part in the service of baptism, which is repeated, of course, in a service of confirmation, when the minister passes to the newly baptized or the newly confirmed a lit candle and says to them, you have received the light of Christ, walk in this light all the days of your life. And the congregation replies, shine as a light in the world to the glory of God the Father. What might it mean for me to shine so brightly that passers-by notice?
It's been a joy being with you over the last 12 days. And I hope that these videos have brought you some moments of calm and brightness. I pray that you will feel God's love with you today and every day this coming year, and that you will feel Him bringing you calm and brightness. Thank you for joining us.